Hello, hello, everybody.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the madness.
Jess, I just realized my
Yes.
banners are not here either.
No, your banners are also not here. So, if you hear me and Sam in like abject horror for the next entire live stream, it's because we switched to StreamYard's Teams function. So I added Sam, you're over here, Sam to my team so that we could use the Worldwide Writeathon YouTube channel from my StreamYard account because I have a paid account. There's a lot of things going on. But basically we've been doing StreamYard from a StreamYard account or from a Worldwide Writeathon account. And all of our backgrounds and timers and banners, everything's saved there and not here. And last minute, Sam's like, "We don't have a background. Can you give me a background?" And I went, "I could
do things," and I'm like, "Jess, I can't do anything."
And everything that I have saved is on my old computer, not the new computer. So it was a fantastic time of Sam and Jess figuring things out, and we're going to continue to complain about it, and you guys are going to be cool with it.
Normally, I would have been here like 40 minutes earlier, so this wouldn't have been as big an issue, but my oldest is sick today. So I was taking care of him because I was like, "Oh, it's fine. We've been streaming every Wednesday. Everything's there."
Yeah, we got
And then
this.
I go, and I'm like,
it's all good.
I'm like,
Except
just
not really.
nothing is here. Absolutely nothing.
We have no things. And also, I have been trying for 2 days to get one video to export and upload. So, I mean, grand scheme, life's great.
Time.
Yeah. It did finally go. I ended up having to delete out I had to get rid of my cool intro. I think it was the intro was like just because that's where the intro uploaded, and then the whole rest of it was just blank. Like it was there was just nothing there.
Did you forgive the possible unsolicited advice, but did you consider rendering the intro by itself and then loading that in as a singular video clip?
I was going to,
but you were just tired of it.
At that point, I was like, I hate it. I spent like 15 minutes like making it the way I wanted, and then I had already edited everything. So like, I mean, I'm sure there was a way to do it. I just don't know the way. I'm not that smart. So I just deleted it and made a new one in Canva and moved on with my life. The outro and the intro are the same, just with different words now. You're welcome.
She'll have a livelier intro at some point.
Maybe. I may just leave that one up the whole month.
I mean, that is also fair.
It's cool. It's like a Christmas tree that like it's like a ribbon that wraps into a Christmas tree.
Ooh, that's very I was gonna say very Sailor Moon.
It is actually very Sailor Moon. You're not wrong.
That's not the goal, but that's what I'm
like. As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, it is.
I just had a Sailor Moon Let's Talk, which you have abandoned us. You no longer come to the Sailor Moon Let's Talks. You could have been really sad with this one. It would have been great. Sad and horrified.
I could have, but instead I bulk filmed 5 videos and tried to edit and upload one and failed, and then tried to finish uploading it yesterday. and failed, and then had to come home tonight and finish it. So
I mean, that's fair too.
I knew if I went to the Let's Talk, I wouldn't have gotten any of my work done that I needed to get done. So I was like, just step away, get your work done. You can party later. So,
Yes, at the holiday bash, which I now have to figure out how to do because I have an uneven number of people. I'm like, do I invite one more person? Who? If so, who? Do I make Fox play from the shadows? Whose
Shadow
team would
Fox.
I put him on? But yeah.
He would be on the side of crunchy peanut butter, of course.
That's not how I'm doing the teams.
But that's the side he would be on.
Actually, I don't think he likes peanut butter. Fox, do you like peanut butter?
He may be allergic. I don't even know. Okay, like when you ask Fox a question, and the cat like jumps up behind you and is like, "What?" And I'm like, Do you think maybe that Fox has like programmed a cat android and sent it to your house to like spy on you? And
this one's needy enough, maybe.
Well, hello, Mallory. I would click
Needy
on
and
you,
doesn't like to be touched. Yeah, that sounds like Fox. He said, "No, I do not like peanut butter. You are correct. I am on team honey, I guess. It's the closest thing." What about, oh, you've never had apple butter? Yeah, come visit me and we'll have some apple butter. He wants
or
to
just make some. It takes like 5 minutes.
He how dared me, and I'm like, not 100% sure why, but I'm pretty sure it's because of what I just said about the cat. Also, yes, hello,
Possibly.
Mallory. I'm trying to add my Sailor Moon Let's Talk to my playlist before I forget.
It's cool.
But my brain forgot how to work my playlist.
Mallory says apple butter for the win.
Yes.
And I agree.
The apple butter peace treaty remains strong.
I wasn't sure how much traction we would get tonight because it's like the first night after.
Yeah, it's December 1st, and it's the first night after Nano, but
I have work to do.
As do I.
So I'm cool with it. I think it's just us and Mallory currently. Well, there's 5 viewers. Now there's 6.
People are coming in.
We're getting friends now. I guess we're only like 8 minutes in because we were late. Don't tell Fox we were late.
He knows he was here early for once. The one day he was here early.
Listen, I know he can hear me. I'm just pretending like he can't.
I know. He also has access to sass at you now too, without like in the Mila note.
That's true. It's very true. You're not wrong.
Just us and Mallory, she says, forgetting me already. I see. She's here to fight me. I'm on Team Crunchy Peanut Butter. Listen, the holiday bash is not going to be divided. Here's the thing. I can't do that because of the way I make my Jeopardy boards. I'm going to need a weeb on each side. And I don't remember if my weeb's preferences with peanut butter align or not. I have to think of knowledge bases, not...
Well, unfortunately, my knowledge base extends to crunchy and smooth peanut butter.
But you work as a weeb to balance like Chris out because you're both more knowledgeable in older 90s anime.
That's true.
So you guys work.
We're old.
Yes. See, you understand. I do need more weebs or to convert my ranks into weebs, but...
Yeah, one of the two. Hello, Heather. James Taylor has also joined us. Work on a school project. I'm going to be video editing, so...
Yes,
Same.
I agree. Nano's over, but the story is not, so we got some work to do.
I have like 45,000 words that I have to write by the end of January to send off to Kate, so... Feeling it, but not tonight.
Have a number of pages left to critique that I don't want to disclose until I get farther along so that nobody knows how truly behind I am. Except Fox, because I already it told him my shame. But yes,
Does said CP know how far behind you are as well?
said CP is aware that I said that I'm a little behind, but I'm still on track to finish by the end of December. So,
That's good.
but said CP also knows everything that goes on in my life.
Also,
So.
also she could be here right now. So,
No, she's on a date. The
well,
first date she and her fiance have been able to have in over a year or two.
that
I
doesn't
think a
mean
year.
that she's not here with us. Like later,
Oh, maybe later. I don't know.
right? Like it could be
Get
tomorrow
to
for her.
work, shame, shame. Fuck you, sir. I am. I did like 8 pages last night, which was great.
Yeah.
Writing second. Oh, uploading second of Ratemas. What is Ratemas? This sounds horrifying.
Christmas writing Christmas.
I didn't know if it was an event.
I don't know, but
Or
I'm
like
gonna
a
say
thing.
probably.
I assumed it was writerly and Christmas related, which is why I'm horrified. For
I mean,
clarity, because holidays and writing and me don't get along. We should introduce ourselves though. Fox is shading. He's like, here you are on the screen talking but not working. Look, it was taking a little longer for people to drip in than normal,
we
so
were
we were
waiting for
giving them
some friends,
time.
and we were late. So calm down, Fox.
Why you
Gosh,
can't keep bringing that part up? That doesn't help us.
we weren't.
That part doesn't work in our favor.
Hello, I am Jod. Therefore, the queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early. Anyway, hello, friends. If you do not know me, I'm Jessica, but I'm pretty sure everyone here knows me at this point. My links are linked down below for my channel if you would like to join me in a reading, writing, planner adventure. And I'm going to try to write 45,000 words for my CP for the end of January. But not today. Sam's turn. Oh,
My youngest, with her birthday money, that she saved, purchased herself a lovely sketchbook. You want to show them your sketchbook? And this is the first thing she drew in it.
She was already showing it, honey.
Yes. Yes. So
It's her
it's the
birthday.
yeah, it was her birthday. She illustrated it from yesterday and she made herself a birthday card. They can't see your birthday card. This was her
Oh,
birthday dinner last night. She's drawn in the center of your sketchbook. You are a free
naturally.
and wild spirit. And
It's a sloth?
yes, it's a sloth and it hold on, because there's a little pouch and some flaps and it
No.
holds a baby sloth.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm in love.
And she's writing a story. It says, I like my birthday.
Fantastic.
Okay. You haven't written the story yet? Well, you can.
It's my birthday story.
Yeah, it's your birthday story.
I want
That
3 pages by tomorrow.
that is, you all just witnessed my careful mask of how she murders my soul, starting in the middle of the book. She does that every time, but she is a free spirit and she does what she does.
She do what she do.
Yes.
It's from Walmart. I think it was like $1 last year at Christmas time.
Oh yes, it's pretty. I love, like, Walmart and the Dollar Tree are so good for buying the little baubles, especially like the non-breakable ones. Or if they do break, it's fine because they were $1.
Writing related videos like Vlogmas, reading goals, writing goals.
Okay, I need to do my intro.
You do. Intro.
And hello, I'm Writing Mom Samantha El Nassett. This is not my channel, but on my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. I also host live streams like this, where sometimes we are productive and chat and have fun, and other times we talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Like Monday, you can catch my Sailor Moon Let's Talk, where Cody and I educate CV on a movie about a cat's one-sided love affair with an astronomer. All while an ice goddess attempts to freeze the earth. It's fine. It's fun. It's a good time. In December, I will be hosting Just Write-ins plus my annual holiday bash, which Jess will be at. It's going to be a lot of fun. When I post content, it will be on Thursdays. I'm not doing it for the rest of 2021, but in 2022, we're hoping I'll get back to that. If you would like to read a sample of my writing so that you know that I am in fact not full of bullshit when it comes to writing, you can check out my website, samanthaelnassich.com. My spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part, is there. And to stay up to date on all the things Sam, and maybe get sneak peeks at future short stories that will one day go on my website, you can sign up to my newsletter while you're there. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe to the www. We still don't have our precious community tab. It's a goal. It is a goal. I need it.
We need more friends.
We do. So many more
so
friends.
we can get all of the things.
And we will start our first sprint soon. So are we thinking of doing 20, 20, and then a 45?
Whatever you want. Whatever you need, ma'am.
Fox is supporting Roxy's writing in the middle. It's a brave choice.
For him or for her?
For my child. Roxy is just a free spirit. She just opens it. She's like, and me, I'm like, page 1, page 2, I will never skip. Oh, Mallory caught most of the Let's Talk. We hope that you had a good time. Hope that it was enjoyable. I always enjoy the facial expressions I get out of CB when such.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A timer. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, we do need a timer.
I opened the tab and then I was like, "Why is this open?
Why is this tab open? What am I doing?"
Weird at it.
I mean, whatever works, I guess.
Oh yeah, so 20, 45 then?
Sure.
Cool.
I have no preference. Hello, Miss Katie. It's so weird to be on this side and be able to hit comments, and I'm gonna like carry this over into being on other people's streams and like trying to hit comments. Like, why won't they let me hit the comments?
Do you want to be on this side?
Oh, I don't care.
Finishing off at Capri Sun.
Mallory was cracking up the whole time and thinks that he's the constant lurker you talked about a few streams ago.
It's possible. Well, to be fair, I always have at minimum 2 to 3 lurkers who never say anything. One of them is technically Fox, so he DMs me his comments. But like, I don't have anything against lurkers as long as you're having a good time and enjoying it. That's all I care about. I can talk to myself or the wall for an hour, and as long as other people think it's entertaining, then I'm good. But yes, I do like to address my lurkers just so that they don't feel unloved or ignored. Jess, I'm moving me because like I naturally gravitate that way and you gravitate this way. So now we just look like we hate each other.
We do. It's fine.
We need to look like we like each other again.
We do. We are very much.
You want to come say hi before Mommy sprints? Hi. This is my sick boy.
This is our son.
He's one of two.
We made this.
I grew him.
Yep.
You okay? What you need?
I am okay.
Okay. Do you need anything? You just coming down to say hi?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look, Michael, Daddy bought you 2 boxes of lemonade. Decimal was so high.
Yes. Grapefry is lurking.
Oh. Hello, Grape Fry. Grape Fry. Welcome.
great fry.
Yes.
I like
You know
fries.
what? Thanks. So, timer, my face. Here we go. Are we ready? So the first part of this sprint, I'm going to be making banners.
Have you ever seen this before?
I don't like it. Do it the other way. I've seen it. I don't like it. I've also seen this one.
Oh, where'd we get? Oh, my, where'd we go?
Yeah, see, I don't like it.
We're not
All
here.
right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that. Did it not take? Did the one I need not take?
What?
How did everybody do that sprint?
But I lost my mouse. Aha, found it. Hi.
Hi. There we go.
I edited a video and then realized that because I did my intro in Canva, I have to change the intro in Canva. Because right now it like says what day, like it has day 1 and has the title on it. So I have to go back into Canva and change that. Or every day the intro is going to say the same thing on it.
Yeah, that do make sense.
That do make the sense. That do, yeah.
Hello, Justin. It's fine. We appreciate you being here either way. We hope you get productivity done. Yeah, our youngest was sick Saturday. When I say sick, she was just like had a headache and running a fever and was just like really tired, but otherwise no symptoms. So, and she got over it in like less than more than 24, but less than 48 hours. So then she was fine. But then our oldest started running a fever this morning and had a headache, and he just like laid down and slept most of the day. But he's energetic now.
I want to lay down and sleep all day.
Tell your mom to let you.
Yeah, right.
Call into work. 250. Oh, yeah. Worked on character profiles, even though I'm supposed to be reading. What are you avoiding reading, Katie? Oh, how did you do that sprint? Oh, because you were doing the thing. I made all but one of our banners, apparently. The banner I needed. And then I finished up the episode of You that I had been watching before I hopped backstage. So I could just focus on things.
The episode of me?
It's called You, which every time I see it, I think of the Soldier Boy song. You.
I did get that video edited though, because it was a very short one. Because it was like just my update for how Nano went. Which most of my Advent videos are very short, which is kind of the point. Is like it's a bunch of like short videos throughout the month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just have to change the intro and then we're good to go.
Sweet.
Oh, baby. Oh,
well,
I was cold. I had to get a sweater.
I hope they're feeling better now. It's cold and flu season, so I'm hoping it's just like a small cold. Hi, I had a really productive sprint editing chapter 2. Awesome. Yes, it's so good. So good.
Is it though?
Yes, Jessica, it is. Well, I'm supposed to be beta reading a friend's book, but my brain is a bit mushy. Yeah, well, beta reading and critiquing take like more brain power than regular reading, so I get that. It is! Katie, you've also read it? I'm excited. Like, it's been on the New York Times best-selling list for 9 weeks in a row, but somehow none of my friends have read it, only me. So I don't have anyone to talk to about it.
I know what it is, I just haven't read it.
I know. Well, yes, that all of my friends know what it is now. I don't think you can be my friend without knowing what
I knew what it was before. Which, to be fair, Katie might have told me about it when we were on vacation. So
it's been like there was no marketing budget or anything for it. Really, it's all been like word of mouth and stuff because of all the things. Like Jiran talks about it on her YouTube and their TikTok. It's great. I love it. I'm happy for them.
Oh, my eyeballs.
So good. I'm hoping that I get it under the Christmas tree. Ooh. Yes. Right. Oh, are you interested in the Jiren's middle grade book that's coming out? Something of Zachary Lee. The Adventures of Zachary, the mystery. I don't know. It's the something of Zachary Lee, and it's like, how is it?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh meets something else, and I can't remember the other thing. Percy Jackson. It's like Percy Jackson meets Yu-Gi-Oh, but with Chinese mythology.
That sounds pretty interesting,
I
actually.
will not shut up about it. It's so good. Big Titty Prison is best boy. He is. There is no better boy. Li Shiming is, he's best boy because I only remember his and Zitian's names. I know nobody else by name, just those two. Oh, if you like their TikTok, they made a video detailing their publishing journey that like I found very interesting, so you may as well. I know they're working on it. They tease some things on Twitter every now and then, which I don't appreciate because they concern me for
Rude.
spoiler reasons I can't bring up. But yes,
I'm sorry.
you're fine. I forgot our break timer.
I don't know the things.
It's okay. I never know your things. You never know my things. We're a friendship based purely on personality compatibility.
You know, you might be right.
We have no hobbies or interests alike.
There's like not a lot of intersection.
Like most people become friends because of like a hobby or interest, and then their like shared interests continue to grow. And you're like, well, I was watching or reading this thing, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I'll talk about things I like, and you're like, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. You know,
the Writeathon
might be
brought
on
us
something
together, and the writing that neither of us do.
All of the writing we don't do is what brought us together.
Ah, it's great. Li Shiming literally owns my heart, and their throuple. Oh yes! Oh my gosh! Oh, he is such a sweet boy. I love him so much, and there's so much to him. So,
I mean, one of these days, guys. One of these days, I'll read it. I don't know how many unread books I have right now. It's a lot.
It's okay. I'll gift it to you for a holiday at some point if you don't already have it.
I don't have it. I think
Maybe
everything I'm reading this month is an arc, rather.
No, that's fair. Those are a fair priority.
Of like 10.
One day you're gonna get an email to your author email, and you're gonna be like, "What is this Librio book?
What is this?" I wonder if I have it. I'm not pulling out my phone in the middle of a live stream to check and see what I have on here.
It's fine. I bought the book when I saw Jiren Zhejiao's TikTok. It's probably J, but I always just say J because of the X and the Z right before it. So it's
just the way your mind works. It's fine.
Yeah. How about it is an actual love triangle and not a love corner immediately? Yes. I actually, so it's kind of funny because Jiran makes a lot of YouTube videos about like Chinese culture and media depicting Chinese culture and myths and stuff. And their very first video was because of Mulan. Was it 2020 that the live action came out?
It might have been 2019, but yeah.
Yeah, because of the new Mulan movie. And the video starts out with Shiran going, "Has a movie ever made you so angry that you felt compelled to make a YouTube channel so that you could make a video to rant about it? Because that's what happened to me." And that video like blew up, and they got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And so their next video starts, which is about the 1990 Mulan. And they're like, Have you ever been so angry at a movie that you felt compelled to make a YouTube channel so you can make a video to rant about it, and then that video blows up so much that you now feel obligated to make more content? Because that happened to me, and now that's just sort of an ongoing thing with their videos. And so I like started because I was watching that one because their video on it is titled something like why it's a bad idea or why it doesn't exist or something, and they've got like a degree in never mind, I forgot, and I'm not even gonna try to pretend that I remember. But it was very interesting for that and to listen to, and I really loved it. And so I subscribed. I was one of those hundreds of thousands of people to subscribe. And then as like the things go on, Jiran was like, "So hey, I have a book coming out, by the way. So if you like Chinese culture, Pacific Rim, mecha fights, and all this," and I was like, I like all of these things, yes, and I love you. So I'm like, keep talking to me. And then they made 2 different videos on Wu Zetian, the only female emperor of China. And like, she wasn't an empress, she was an emperor, and she's the only one. And I got to learn about that, and that was really cool. And Ziran describes their novel as a fan fiction of an alternate universe of these historical figures. And I'm like, I just love the nonchalance and the confidence. It's like, yeah, I made a fan fiction. What up?
I made a fan fiction of a historical event.
Yeah, and so then they made the publishing journey one, and I'm like, well, now I have to watch this one too. So I look forward to all their videos.
I put it on my like hold list on from the library, and it says several months wait, whatever that means.
It's New York because it's been on the bestseller for 9 weeks straight. It's great.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
That's what I thought. I knew from the cultural issues with Mulan. Just love that the author photo is in a calendar.
In a cow onesie.
Oh,
yes,
a cow onesie. Yeah, apparently they made a bet with their college friends that if they ever became a published author, they would take their author photo in a cow onesie. And Ziran was like, "Never let it be said I do not keep my word," and did that. They also made an anime edit of their cover because Ziran is a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, especially Kaiba. And that's the one where they fight with playing cards. They summon monsters with card decks. Well, it was an older one, so I thought maybe.
I mean, I know what it is. I've just never seen it.
Well, the important thing is that Wu Zetian, the main character, is posed like this on the cover. And so Ziran edited in a dual disc because it's like the perfect pose for a dual disc. And that was the cover that was on Goodreads for a little while. And then like a Spanish article used that cover. And Ziran was like, "Why is the wrong cover going viral? What did I do?" I just love it.
It could be a fun time.
They also pay artists to make fan art of their characters in memes. So they're like, I am my own fandom.
Kind of.
It's great. They have become an instant fave of mine and an auto buy author. Same. Like, Ziran could be like, "So I'm publishing a book," and I'm like, "When do I pre-order? I don't need to know what it's about. Just let me pre-order it."
It's there's no plot, and it's just like these people running around for 6 hours in a cornfield.
You know what? Cool. I'm good. They probably wrote it well.
It's probably going to be a great time.
Yes.
I'm in. Listen, computer, I'm going to need you to stop being a douche. Thank you.
Jess is like, I want to contribute more, but I don't know anything. Because several months the library will not.
Several months, wait. I mean, I don't know that I have much to contribute to anything at all, ever. Because I feel like my brain has just gone completely. I know, I said cornfields. It's again, I feel like my brain has left and I don't know that it's coming back.
It's fine. This is
You
why
are
we should.
familiar.
I'm very familiar. You could say I'm chronically familiar with
Could
brains
say that.
abandoning me. Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of theme do we want for our next timer? So I will say there's this fantasy Halloween timer that there's snow involved that could work.
I could
I
be
don't
behind
know.
that. Is someone yelling?
A child did.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't hearing things. Because again, getting used to wearing headphones and like,
Yeah.
am I being haunted?
My younger two were actually very like subdued today. Like they were very cautious of their older brother being sick because like my oldest is like me. We never, aside from my chronic migraines, which doesn't work the same way, we never actually get sick. But when we do get sick, we tend to just like our bodies shut down, and that's we're gonna eat
Yeah.
maybe and sleep, and that's all you're getting out of us. So they're like not really used to him being that way. So they were very like caring and considerate today. And my middle one kept going, "Mom, I'm gonna take care of Michael today. I'm gonna feed him and get him drinks and change the movie for him." And I'm like, he doesn't need you to change the movie. He can do that part,
Please
but
change
it's
the
sweet.
movie for me.
And I wish to watch this other movie. But yeah, but
Sweet.
now that he's up and has energy, the other two are like, "Aha! We're back to party."
We may begin being evil once again.
We may continue the chaos.
Wednesday, which makes me wonder.
What Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Tis Wednesday. The new. Speaking of things that we don't have in common, the new episode of Hawkeye should be out today, and I should have
Wait, but I
watched it
do watch
earlier.
all the Marvel ones.
Do you?
I do. I just haven't watched Hawkeye yet because Chris and I have been trying to get through JoJo because part 6 was coming out. But yeah, Hawkeye is the only one I haven't seen yet, and that is because it like it just came out, and like I said, my husband and I are trying to get through the JoJo's, so we haven't watched Hawkeye yet. Wait, are you gonna watch Hawkeye with me? Hawkeye. Did you not know about a Marvel thing?
Oh, the show.
Yeah, the show. Okay. I don't know anything about it. I never know anything. I just go, okay, we'll watch it.
It's good. I liked it.
Awesome. So yeah. See,
There's,
we have that in common. I just haven't watched it yet.
there's 2 episodes so
Oh
far,
my
and both of them felt like full-length movies, and I had a great time.
Awesome.
I also watched Shang-Chi last weekend too.
I loved Shang-Chi.
I hadn't watched it yet.
Zuran
Yeah.
had a very lukewarm reaction to Shang-Chi, which is fair.
I
But
mean,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, everybody that isn't a pale ass white girl is going to have a different opinion about that. So,
Well, yeah.
like, as a pale ass white girl, I enjoyed it, but I think it's great that we've kind of gotten to a point to where like there are enough. This is not an accurate statement.
So much more.
There are, or I have at least sought out enough like movies, TV shows, things that are not like just straight white people that I don't really notice it anymore. Like before, if I watched something where, and I'm talking like a decade ago, 15 years ago, if I watched something that was like predominantly non-white cast, like I would notice it. I'd be like, man, there's no white people in this. That's weird. Not bad, but weird because, they put white people in everything. This face,
Yes.
everywhere. And anymore, I'm just like it's not part of the story to me, I guess. I don't like notice it. It's not one of the first things I
Yeah.
recognize. I'm not like, finally a movie without all white people as soon as it comes on. So, which is good.
Growing up on anime and like wuxi films and all of that, I watched a lot of things without white people. So ever since I was little, I like took note of certain things like that. I just didn't like comprehend or understand it because I grew up in a military, like with a military base, so we have a lot of different things, and yeah, it's like we've got like a local tribe that does a powwow, which is like not defining what a powwow in general is, just in this context, it is a cultural festival celebrating our local tribe where they like come in and perform dances, and there's other people performing, and you get to like buy some locally made stuff, and it's really fun. But I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
For me, when I was watching Shang-Chi, I was like, I saw some of it and I'm like, they're using wuxi? There's wuxi things going on. So it was like really exciting for me because I'm like, this is stuff that I used to watch like with my uncle and my dad because they really like wuxi media. For anybody who doesn't know, that's like the Chinese films where the martial arts is very like mystical and they're like flying from the rooftop to rooftop, and it's a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. And then so just to see that in a Hollywood made film for that was like not making fun of it essentially was really cool to me.
The graphics of it, like the actual scene, the way that they did it, it was done very well.
Yeah. But I understand like Duran's lukewarm response to it was basically just it's the bare minimum. Okay, cool, whatever. And I'm like,
yeah,
I get you.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I just, again, it's like pay less white girl. So I'm obviously going to have less issues with it than someone else would.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I feel this, Katie. I would not keep up with anything if my husband didn't keep up with it and then is like, hey, hon, this show's coming out. And I'm like, is it? Cool. Is that what we're watching next? He's in charge of our watch list.
I think I've watched everything except for Black Widow because I'm not emotionally prepared. And I haven't watched The Eternals yet. But
I feel I had a lukewarm response to the Black Widow movie.
I cry at cat food commercials.
I know you do. I'm just saying, like, for me, I had a very lukewarm response to it. I was like, okay, cool.
I thought about watching it this weekend because I've been watching all of Marvel in chronological order.
I appreciate Marvel's attempt to retcon all of the issues that previously existed in their things. But for me, I was like, okay. Yeah. I will say I really like what is his baby? Who? Baby. The man from Black Widow. The Russian Captain America. Red Guardian, thank you.
Red Guardian.
I love Red Guardian. He was rather dumb but lovable.
Like a big puppy dog.
Yeah. He was very much like a giant puppy dog. So, and I liked him and the who was the woman in white? The other assassin girl.
Yelena?
Yes, her. I liked her too.
I know the characters. I just haven't watched
Never mind. Jess has got my back. She knows the names of peoples. Yeah, Elena. See, you knew. I didn't like her. There was also the mom. I'm like, I didn't like her.
That one I don't know.
Yeah.
Mostly because I haven't seen her in previews.
I loved Loki. I like how they handled Loki. Loki was great.
Loki was so good.
I know Loki.
I could watch it again.
A fan base
right now.
Divider, though. Are Jess and CV the same person? No, they're not. Because if they were, Jess and I would have more anime to talk about.
It's true.
But yes, we should. I love Sam talking. We got it's a medium priced intercoms. There's 3 of them, but they're like one's in the garage den, one goes right beside my side of the bed, and the other one's for the upstairs. I don't have one for the living room yet, so I still have to yell. But he also hears me easier than the children do. So,
It'll be okay.
yes. All right.
I
so
am so confused.
This is the fantasy. First of all, this banner needs. Jess, you spoiled me by doing things, and then it was still.
I was going to do it actually, and you just got there before me.
Okay.
I was going.
Well, the next time, gadget. Next time. All right. Yeah, this is it says fantasy Halloween timer. I don't know if there's going to
snow.
Yes. Well, some places snow in October.
I mean, that's fine. I'm cool with it.
All right. And here
Let's party.
In 3, 2, 1. And our time is up. So how did that sprint go for everyone? I got a whole page critique and a bowl of spaghetti eaten.
I made a thumbnail for tomorrow's video, finished exporting and uploading tomorrow's video, got all of the stuff on the YouTube so it's scheduled and ready to go, started doing the video for Saturday, got the thumbnail done, got the intro done, was in the middle of editing, and I changed the color to purple. Ta-da! Purple. I can't hear you. You're unmuted. Are you
Sorry.
talking to me?
Yes. Well, I muted because I was like, there are Snapchats from my internet child. So many. There's like 30.
I was like, are you talking to
So
me?
I was gonna play them, but then I was like, no, I'll do that later. But then I forgot to unmute. Yeah, Fox like noticed the change from orange, and he's like, "You forsaken orange," and I'm like, "Well, just changed it to match the background." He goes, "Ew, brand choices," which is how I know he approves, but he won't admit he approves because bias.
Listen, I got a message in my Discord that said, what did it said? Should we turn our bubble purple? And I said, I like purple. And so then I changed it to purple.
Yes. Well,
Purple's
because
my
like
favorite color.
all through November, we had been changing the thingy to match whatever our background was. So I was like, should we continue that? But then I got distracted by 50 people DMing me while trying to eat my spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Wait, before I do anything. Aha, break timer.
Oh, yeah,
got
do that.
221 words. My cat distracted me. Fair. Started to read the current chapter of my beta reading assignment. Noise. Excuse me. I got some work done. Not enough. But you have more work done than you had previously. I was about to, because my normal default thing is so many words is more words than you had before, but I don't know what your work is, so I can't tailor it to that. I got a handful of words, and then I almost drowned in my Discord, which I haven't opened since October 31st. That's fair.
I wasn't even laughing at that. I was laughing at the you couldn't tailor your comment to that, and their name is Taylor.
Accidental puns.
Accidental punnage.
Don't tell my internet child to calm their self down. They can send me 50 Snapchats. It's fine. I was literally like had the Snapchat open listening to it while reading. Cause
I didn't tell them to calm down.
you know what Fox did. I'm telling Fox not to.
That's rude.
To be fair though, like CB and I, because the way that Snapchat works is it like has this time. So by the time you're done recording what's kind of one message, it sends like 5 or 6 snaps for it. And I just don't understand. I mean, I guess it's because it's easier to, but anyway, I know there's technical reasons this is a thing, but it still annoys me. But like because I have brain fog and she has ADHD, half of our snaps are like, yeah. What was I gonna say? And then we just kind of stare at the phone and they're like, yes, and we continue. But we both do it to each other. So it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, wow, just don't tell CB what to do. Jeez, Jess. That's what Fox just said.
Said what, huh?
Fox said, wow, Jess, don't tell CB what to do. Jeez, Jess.
Exactly. Don't tell CB what to do.
I'm just working on my part of the group PowerPoint on El Nino. El Nino in which context?
Probably the weather. Taylor, You tailor your comment to that. That's right.
Okay, yes, I figured out.
Are you going to be okay, buddy?
No.
Me either.
I had to take pain meds because I'm starting to feel my head hurt. So here's the thing, right? It's always a good time when I start that out.
Here's the deal.
I've been on the migraine shot for 2 months, but like I previously had tried it for 3 months before, which is so I sort of know how it works. And because of my body's tolerance to every fucking thing in the world, the shot actually starts wearing off like a week to 10 days before it's supposed to. So there will be like a week or so leading up to when I have to wait to take the next shot where all of my brain fog just comes crashing in and my brain stops functioning again, and I hate it. The rest of the
Very rude.
symptoms stay pretty at bay, but no, the brain fog's like, there's a chink in the armor. Disable her.
We must sneak in.
It's like, you rude motherfucker. But yes, so that's what's going on because we have it so that I take it the 10th, I believe. So it's just the time for it to start wearing down, and I don't like it. And before anybody is like, well, why don't you just take it early? I talked to my doctor about that, and he's like, let's try it out for 6 months, and then we'll think about giving you a dose early because like there's health risk if I just do it without knowing things.
Fine.
Right? I'm like, because that's one of the shitty things about having a tolerance to medicine in general is because like it wears off before it's supposed to, but you can't take another dose before like the safe time because it's like it doesn't matter that it wore off, it's still in your system, bitch. And I'm like,
you're only allowed to have so much in a certain time frame, and even if your body has burned through it, it's still not through all of the negative effects, and you don't want to compound those.
Yep, and like every single one of my checkups, when we're checking up for how the medication and everything, my doctor's like, liver test, kidneys, is everything doing what it's supposed to? Okay, cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's still doing its job of making my life difficult.
But at least your doctor cares enough to check those things.
Yes. Oh, my doctor right now is amazing. You thought you could quell me? Ha! Sam's brain fog. I know, right? It's as if my chronic illness also embodies my fighting spirit, and I don't appreciate this.
It is very rude now that you mention it.
Right?
I can get behind that. I feel like it's extremely rude.
But yeah, I love my current doctor because like he actually listens. And originally, in my medical files, it said. Now, my old doctor told me that he wrote in my medical files that I had a severe chronic sinus drainage issue because that's like what the biggest issue was. But actually, in my medical records, it said I had severe allergies. That is not what was going on. So when I talked to my current doctor about it, and I was like, I don't think that's what it is. He's looking at my symptoms, and he's like, that doesn't seem right. And then I was like, so I've been seeing a lot of things on chronic migraines and the lesser known symptoms, and I think that's what it is. And then he didn't know a lot about migraines, but he said that's something that we could keep in mind. And then the next time I had a checkup, he was like, so yeah, chronic migraines really how many times do you have symptoms? And I'm like, he researched for me. That's the only explanation here. So
which is great because a lot of times they don't.
Yeah, and I was fighting my insurance. And so when I got in to see him, because he's very busy, so getting like an appointment with him, very difficult. And I'm like, so Dr. Jackson, my insurance says that I don't qualify for the shot. And he's like, hold up. And he pulls up my files and he pulls up the thing and he's like, no, you should qualify. And he just spent like 15-20 minutes in front of me filling out the insurance paperwork and making sure that we had all the information between me and him. And he's like, I got it filed, I got everything taken care of, you go home, we'll like handle the pharmacy, they should call you when it's ready. And the pharmacy's like, yeah, you've got like so many doses, and I did the math and I'm like, I have a year and a half worth of prescription that my doctor approved. So he's great. I love him. I don't know where he was my whole life, but I'm glad he's here now
Right.
getting his degree because he's actually kind of young, but that's fine.
Can he be my doctor too?
You have to come to my city because I'm not sending him to yours. No offense. I need him.
It's fine. I need a new doctor. Like one who was born sometime after 1960.
Mine definitely fits the bill. Like, I don't think he's much older than me and Chris are. He's quite a young doctor, but that's fine because he actually listens. So,
I mean, I'm 34 and my GP that I have is still my doctor that was my pediatrician when I was a small child, and he was old then.
that's fair.
So I'm pretty sure I'm their only patient, like, ever. I've never, like, for the last decade, I've not seen a single person in there when I've been there. Never.
You are keeping them in business.
Like, there's not been a single, like, normally you go to a doctor's office, like, there's at least one other person in the waiting room. I've never seen another person in the waiting room. There's never anyone who leaves before I go back. Like, there's only 2 exam rooms in his little office, and, like, they're right next to each other. You never hear him, like, talking to anybody else in the other exam room. I'm pretty sure that
it's just you.
I think they just schedule one a week and that's it. Like, one every day, maybe. Like,
that's possible.
Yeah. It is possible, but I don't go often enough to fill out his whole pocketbook.
So I don't have a doctor that I had for that long because I guess the turnover rate here. Well, first of all, we didn't actually have a hospital in my city until 7-8 years ago. 8 or 9 years ago, I think. So I had to drive an hour away to go to a big hospital, and like they just kept switching my doctor. So this is like my second doctor that I've had that is like, yes, this is my doctor that I see consistently and knows my medical history. And like the kids pediatrician, it's weird to see the same one every year, but I also appreciate it though because I go in there and she's like, so how is this one doing? And she's like looking at the charts and like she already knows everything. I don't have to fill her in the way I have to do other ones, and I'm like, yes, good.
Yeah. As small as our town is, like, we are a small town. It's not like teeny tiny, but it is a rather small town. I also live like 15 to 20 minutes outside of town, so there's that. But we do have like a fairly large hospital system. We always have. But I think it's because there's nothing else within like an hour to an hour and a half radius of here.
So you are where everybody drives to.
We are where like all of Southern Ohio drives to if they're not going to like Cincinnati or Columbus. So we have a pretty big hospital system. But my doctor's not part of the hospital system. It's just a doctor I've had like forever.
Because you're keeping them in business now.
Yes. Well, and my the only other doctor that I've ever seen regularly is my gynecologist, and he actually died last year. So I need a new one of those.
Your other one's probably like retired, but they just don't have the heart to tell you. And that is why you are their only patient.
I mean, maybe. He's got to be like, listen, when I was like, this is like the most thrilling information any of you have ever heard. When I was like 8 or 9, I had poison ivy really bad. And I had to take this pill that you take when you get poison ivy really bad. And it was like, there was like the weird dosage scale where it was like kind of like a pyramid in the packet, and he drew a picture of the packet on the whiteboard, of like, like this top row will have like 7 in it, and the next row will have 5, and the next row will have 3, whatever. It's still on the whiteboard in one of his exam rooms. It's been 25 years. This picture of this packet.
He retired when you were 5 and just did not want to tell you. Like
He's moved offices, Sam.
He gets companies. Like when he gets company and they come over and they're like, "When are you gonna tell that girl that you're not practicing anymore?" And he's like, "I keep my license legal just for her."
He has moved offices. I mean, he only moved across the street, so like it probably just went in a box and went across the street and then got put back up on the wall.
Look,
it's still there.
I'm impressed by that board. Unless he just like goes in there and redraws it routinely, I'm impressed by that board's.
Or like he drew it in permanent marker back in the day, and
he just can't erase it.
Can't erase it. It's stuck there forever. I don't know.
He just draws around it and then like erases that.
It's one of those things where it's like, I hadn't been to the doctor in a long time, probably a decade. Like in between like when I was younger and when I started when I was having problems blacking out. It had probably been like a decade. And like going in and seeing that on there and like having the memory of him drawing it, and I was just like, this is weird. I came home and I asked Mom, because like I have the problem where I make up a lot of my childhood because I don't remember a lot of it, and the things I do remember are weird. That's just like a mental thing that's a thing that I have. So I had to ask Mom. I was like, so when I was a kid, did this happen? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, it's still on the whiteboard. It's still there.
I don't understand.
I'm so confused.
I need a timer theme, by the way, from chat.
Timer theme from the chat.
Yes.
Now that you've heard all of our weird doctor stories.
Oh, I have not even begun. But
I know.
But this is not the stream for all of those.
Non-medical related weird doctor stories. At least for me.
My medical journey started 15 years ago. I have so many things.
47 years ago.
45 incarnations ago.
That's a lot. What if we have a purple timer to go with our purple theme?
All right, chat. If you want anything other than purple, you're gonna have to speak it. If not, I'm gonna just assume.
I'm blue.
Chris and I were singing that in the car earlier, and I cannot remember what Michael thought we were saying.
Purple smoke. Cody says, purple smoke.
I found purple, but
that works.
Smoky. It's fine. Hold on, I'm checking.
It's fine. No one cares about Cody anyway.
That is between you and Cody.
Love you, Cody.
See, I will say I love how many of my regulars are talking smack because they're like, well, I'm going to be on so-and-so's team. And I'm like, but will you? But what happens if I now put you on the opposite team, or if I like, because none of you have control over this, and I don't know why you think you do.
I don't care.
Oh, I know you don't. You look. Cody had my favorite response. He was like, which this is not necessarily the order because I no longer remember which one was first. I just remember Cody was all like, man, I'm going to take, or he's like, we're going to take CB down and this and this and that. And I'm like, but I might end up putting you on CB's team. And he's like, man, we're going to take Matt down. Like, he doesn't care. Just, whoever he's going up against, they're going down.
I am going to win.
Like I am here for this. This will be our final sprint of the night.
Yes.
Oh, this is why I have the two different versions of that. Okay. Yes, I see now. I was like, why do I have this one as a streaming one? And I see what I did.
I don't.
You'll see in a moment.
Yes.
So it's this one that I have is both like the top banner, but I also had it as a streaming banner. And I'm like, why do I have it as a streaming banner? And it's for this one.
You're not my real mom.
I am an equal opportunity crusher. Yes, I am not anybody's real mom, but that doesn't stop me from being their internet mom when they I don't know what it is with one of the servers, like quick side note before we get started on our final sprint. There was a huge thing with me being the server mom like a year and a half ago, and then it just sort of died out. And then for some reason, 2 days ago, they started greeting me with "Hi, mom" again, and I'm like, "Wayward children, have you returned to me? What is going on?"
I mean,
Like, I don't mind it. It was just like, "Oh, okay, we're at this again. Cool." I think it's because I yelled at somebody, and they're like, "Oh, right, she's mom," and I'm like, "Is that what I got to do to remind everybody? Just yell at
it's
them?"
like they forgot, but now they remember.
All right, and now our final sprint of the night in 3, 2, 1, go! I'm making scandalous comments. Oh, hold on. Gotta pause my music. I'm making comments, scandalous comments in this document about some very sexy man candy. And like, then you make noise and scare the bejesus out of me.
I didn't make any noise. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, I heard something fall and I was like, what the fuck it fell?
I really just clicked a button. I really just like clicked a couple buttons. That was it.
I mean,
I didn't do nothing.
it always is that what happened?
Oh, maybe. Hold on, wait. No, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. That might have been it.
That was just me setting my phone down.
Cody,
I don't
you
know.
can't see the man candy. I'm critiquing a book. You're gonna have to wait.
I too like man candy, but it's fine.
Y'all just gonna have to
I
put my critique
got another
comment.
video finished editing and
Nice.
more thumbnails and intros and ate some ice cream and watched Becca's video of Comic-Con from last weekend.
Oh, fun.
That's what I did.
I got 2 more pages done because I apparently average a page every 20 minutes, but also because I finished listening to my child's Snapchats and then was giving somebody a very brief tutorial in speaking Samish.
I like sandwiches.
Samish, not sandwiches.
Did you know this is me hitting the space button?
Ah, cool. Key binding. I'll go see Big City Prison Boy. That's fair. He is also man candy. I can't enjoy that man candy because that man candy is 19, but that's too young for Sam. I will just appreciate his other parts of his existence because he is so cute, so adorable.
There is that.
Yes. Is there anybody else who desires to let us know what your final sprint productivity was? I have like 10 minutes before I have to go upstairs to deal with my children.
I have like 5 minutes before my eyes shutter and I fall asleep at this desk. I didn't, not so much during this last sprint, but the one before, I was like, wake up.
Just take a nap during it. It's fine. Then I can scare the bejesus out of you.
I literally, like, there was 13 seconds left and I unmuted and then I clicked a couple buttons. Like, I don't know what I hit, so.
I don't either. Well, I think the only reason it scared the bejesus out of me is because I was consciously aware that there were 10 seconds left, so there should have been no sound. So when there was sound, I was like, but who?
I
But
don't
what?
normally hit
Where?
the button early, but there was like 13 seconds left and I was like, you already have the page open, just hit the button.
Yes.
And then I went back to clicking buttons.
So yeah, we're about to wrap up. Sorry, Emmy. I did
You're on your
nothing.
own, child.
That's fair. I finished the chapter and resubmitted my feedback, and submitted my, not resubmitted, but cool. I think about 500-ish. Nice. Finished my part of the project. Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes. Fantastic. Fantastico. I don't remember what language that's from, but I know it is from a language.
We were discussing today, like, how many different languages we can say, like, Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas in. Because, like, you hear them randomly.
I know 2.
movies and TV shows and things like that, and you like pick up on it and you don't realize? I know 3.
I only know 2. And one of those is because it's a song.
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad. Exactly.
Feliz
That's it.
Navidad.
I know that one and Merry Christmas.
I pulled French out of my ass. It's Joyeux Noël.
Oh. I would recognize that, but I would not be like.
Well, I was thinking, like, what would it be in French? Because I've been learning French. And so I was like, what would it be in French? And I'm like, well, Mary, joy, joyeux. And then my brain clicked Joyeux Noël. And I was like, I wonder if that's it. It was. So go me. French
Nice.
lessons coming in
Awesome.
clutch. Haven't taken one in 6 months, but whatever.
I did that with some. Because Chris was all like, je t'aime, and I was like, je t'aime vous, or something like that. And he's like, oh, why you gotta be all formal with me? And I was like, j'adore. I'm like, I don't remember the informal one. I'm like, and really, I'm just guessing to see if I conjugated right for the formal one.
Basically, I remember like bakery and bakery. So
I know very basic phrases. I could start a conversation and get a little bit of small talk, and that's it.
yeah, that for sure. I'm with you on that.
And also that there is no Samantha in French. It is Samuel, because I would need to default to Samuel, and that one's, but as a girl name would be Samuel, at least according to my French teacher in 2006. So because we were picking French names.
You would just be Samantha.
Yeah, but we needed to pick French names for the class, and there was no French version of Samantha, no equivalent.
Well, you know, in Spanish class, my Spanish name was Beatriz, so.
Well, to be fair, the origin of the name Samantha is somebody in one of the 13 colonies was like, you know what would be a cool name? Let's smash Samuel and Amanda together, and they got Samantha from that. So there's actually not an equivalent of Samantha in, I don't know of one in any language. It's just Samantha, but said the way that they would say it. Whereas, like, with Michael, you've got Michael, Mikhail, Miguel, and, like, all those other ones where it's, like, an equivalent to the name. Michelle. Yeah, so it's, like, an equivalent to the name. But no, Samantha is just Samantha in all languages. It just depends on how they say it.
Jessica is just Jessica in all the languages because it was invented by Shakespeare.
I don't know if I like your origin or mine better. Because Shakespeare was bomb at, like, just making up words and having them stick. I'm still trying to figure out how Samuel and Amanda come together to create Samantha. And not Samantha.
Right, it should be Samantha, obviously.
But I assume that whoever did that was like, you know what, Samantha does not sound good. We're going to change that to a TH. That's all I can think of.
I mean,
and then, like, baby name origins will be like, it means good listener. And I'm like, it does not, though.
It's not where it comes from, but good luck.
But it's okay.
I mean, Jessica's supposed to be like one who stands beside God. And I was like,
according to Shakespeare, is that what he said or what other
is that what Shakespeare told you? Is that what he said? He was like, you know what it means? You know what it means? One who stands beside God. And he was like, one day there's going to be a girl who's going to be born in 1987 and it's going to be real funny.
Sometimes, though, I do just go by my boy named Spencer. So there's that.
I think I'm just Jessie, which I hate, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my mom was like, if you had been born a boy, your name would have been Spencer after, like, her great grandfather or something like that. And I was just like, it's still an S name. I'm down. So, like, when I made, like, boy accounts back in the day on the interwebs, they would be Spencer instead of Samantha.
My name was supposed to be Jacqueline, but my grandmother vetoed it. So
My mom tried to veto my oldest name because she has like 4 or 5 cousins with that name, and I'm like, "But they're not my cousins." But I don't know these people, so I don't care. And even if I did know those people, they ain't got nothing to do with me and my child's name. So then she's like, "Imma call him by his middle name." But she can't because the only middle name my husband accepted was also the middle name of 4 or 5 of my cousins. So I screwed over.
whatever works, man.
Now she just calls him
Whatever
Monkey,
works.
and I'm like, "That's fine." But also she calls him by his name. So
I think like the majority of my nieces and nephews all call me Jessie,
is hold
and
on,
I hate it.
I need to know if this is why you named your child Aiden, or if you were just like, I just like the name and therefore I will use it.
That's a good
Because
question.
I'm very egocentric, so I was always like, my children cannot have my name, it is mine.
It's my
Which I
name.
I know most of the time that goes the other way where it's like, I want my children to be named after me, but I'm like, no, it is my name. They cannot have it. They will have their own.
I still question why like my mom wanted to name me Jacqueline and grandma was like, no, pick a different J name because my dad, my mom, and my brother all have J names. And like I don't know why, like my mom's name is Joyce, so I don't know why they didn't go with Jocelyn. Because like it would be like a mix of the two names like that they ended up picking, Jessica and Jacqueline. But here we are. Jessica. One of 5,487 in a populace of 20,000 people.
Like, we have some of the most common white girl names.
We do.
It's fine.
We sure do.
My younger brother was almost named Trevor. Why was he not named Trevor? What is
I
he?
like this answer.
He was named after Aiden Turner. We couldn't think of a name we liked and started calling him that as a joke. See,
That is
that's what
one
I need.
very attractive man, so I stand by this decision.
See, my boss's name is Jessica. I have always known a Jessica in my life. They have come and
Me
gone.
too. Not me.
No, you're still here.
But I mean, like, one other than me.
I've also always known a Samantha and or a Sam. And now I am contractually linked to one for eternity, so it's fine.
I just want you to understand that, like, where I went to high school, I graduated with less than 90 people. So even inferring that, like, half of those would be boys, 45 girls, there were 6 Jessicas in my grade.
Look, I always had at least 3 to 4 other Samanthas, which is part of why I became Sam. And
That's why I'm
that was
Jess.
my moniker. Because most of the other Samanthas, like, they wanted to go by Samantha specifically, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can be Samantha A, Samantha M. I'm just gonna
Like
be
the Ashleys.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't care that much. Or Sammy. I would also take Sammy if somebody else wanted Sam. My mom refused to have 3 kids with T names. I mean, that's fair.
It's
But
fair.
also, if 2 out of 3 of you are T, now
I mean,
my
you might
Virgo is
just go for it.
Aiden Turner's. I don't know who. Hold on.
You look him up, girl. Whew.
Aiden.
So like
Irish
he's
actor.
in
Oh, he's great.
the newer version of And Then There Were None, the movie version. And
The older version.
it's an Agatha Christie book, an Agatha Christie novel. And Then There Were None.
see.
Basically it's like they're like 10 people secluded on this island and they start dropping like flies and like they know that one of them is the killer because there's no one able to get on or off of the island, and they're down to like 4 people left and there's one girl, and the Aiden Turner character is like, at this point I think he's wearing a shirt, but previously he hadn't been wearing a shirt, and like we were group watching it for a book club pick, and someone was like, "Why would you let him into your room? He could be a killer." And I'm like, "Did you see him 10 minutes ago without his shirt on? Like, sure, he might kill you, but you're going to have a fun time first." And I can get behind this. Like, did you see him with his shirt off a few minutes ago? Did you see that? That's why she let him in her room. She don't care if he's a serial killer. She don't care. He's cute.
There are
So.
two kinds of people: the thirsters and the stabbers. I'd stab him.
I mean, I'm gonna be prepared. Like, I'm gonna have a knife in there. I'm gonna be
Okay, as
prepared
long
to
as there's
stab
a
him if he comes
knife
at
in there.
me.
But what if
Right.
he has a sword?
I think that's what she was hoping for.
No, I mean like a metal sword,
Oh, I don't know.
because that's your type. Sword.
He was also in The Hobbit. He was in The Hobbit. He was also in the Mortal Instruments movie.
Who was he in The Hobbit? Just a random human?
No,
I
he
know
was
nothing.
he was a hobbit. He was a dwarf in the Hobbit movie. What the fuck was his name?
Was he Keely? Was he the pretty dwarf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
do talk about that movie. Listen. We will talk about Mortal Instruments because I love that movie,
Yeah,
and I don't
Keely.
care. It's I'm having a great time now. Thanks for bringing up Aiden Turner. I'm having a great time.
Jess was about to
I'm
fall
doing
asleep.
this.
Now she's awake. So for the record, I don't have anything against Mortal Instruments, especially since the movie, I had never read the books, so I knew nothing. But at the end of the movie, it's like, so they're not actually related, audience. You got that? You got that. Cool. And I'm like, okay. Wait, but do they think that? So I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the sequel.
That never happened.
But then, I heard, the more I learned about the Mortal Instruments, the more it basically became the Vampire Knight of the literary world for me. And I was like, I'm good. Except
I have read every book. But for me, I didn't start, I watched the movie first and I loved the movie. So I started reading the books.
When was he Luke?
In the Mortal Instruments.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not Old Spice Luke from the TV show Shadowhunters, but other Luke. Man,
Gotcha.
they did some great Luke picks.
I
got some other characters way wrong, but Luke.
The most I really know about the Mortal Instruments series is that there is a gay wizard who has a boyfriend, and their relationship is super cute. And there was a short story or a novella, and this is all my mother talked about for 2 weeks. And so that is where most of my knowledge comes from.
I mean,
yes.
I haven't.
TikTok reminded me this existed.
I don't know what that is, so I have no reference
basically, point. Vampire Knight is this manga / anime that is about there's vampires and then there's humans, and there's an academy where they go to school together. Very, YA-ish. Well, there's a love triangle, and we've got Zero, Kaname, and Yuki. Yuki is the girl, and then Kaname and Zero are her love interest. Well, you find, first of all, this series, took place, it came out over years and years and everything, with these romances building on both sides. And then at the end of the series, you find out that Kaname is Yuki's brother. They are blood siblings. They grew up together to a certain point, and she had just forgotten him, and he had forgotten her. But now they remember, and they are siblings. And the fandom's so surely this means that she's gonna be with Zero, right? No, she picks her brother. That's the end game. And it mildly traumatized a generation of weebs who had been very loyal to Vampire Knight until that happened. And there was a stark decrease in Vampire Knight merchandise at conventions after that. is what I remember. I had hopped off the bandwagon because I didn't like how they treated my boy Zero, and I was not here for Kaname. So I escaped the trauma. But TikTok has discovered the Vampire Night theme song from the anime, and it's a trend right now for basically millennials calling themselves out. And the caption is all like, "Who would willingly watch a vampire series about incest?" But then it usually ends with, "But that theme song," and then them singing along to the theme song.
I
And I love
mean,
every one of those TikToks.
God, that's some messed up shit, and I love it.
And then like people in, the younger generation and the older generation are like, "What the fuck is up with this?" And I'm like, I know, I see you, my fellows.
Listen, if you think that I don't jam out
we
to
all
Inuyasha soundtracks on the regular, you would be wrong.
Okay, but Inuyasha didn't do that.
You're not wrong.
Malik is goals. Is that name sounds familiar? Which one is
It's
that?
Magnus and Alec from Mortal Instruments.
Ah, okay.
They're fantastic. They have
I
some
was like, it
problems, but they're
sounds so
fantastic.
close, but that's because I didn't know
Yeah.
the ship name.
Yes,
Zero
the ship
is a king. Yes! See? This is the heartbreak. I felt so bad for like fans who had written fan fiction, who had invested so much money
Oh,
and like the
God.
merch and everything, only to discover, because you really don't know until the end of the series.
They were done writing it. They were tired of it. They were like, you know what we should do? You know, it'd be hilarious.
It's a bop. You know what would be great? I also love, there's this one. Oh no, it wasn't a TikTok. It was me joking around with somebody. Like we were talking about, I was like, "Do you just could you just imagine being in the editing room for that?" It's like, okay, I know my series is mega popular and everything, but what if siblings? And like, why did nobody go? Maybe not. Like,
Well, and I think that's why in the Mortal Instruments movie, why they made it so plainly clear that they weren't siblings.
yes, I
But they
agree.
were making them think that, because in the books, they don't do that. In the books, you spend 3 entire novels thinking that they're siblings.
Mm.
2 entire novels thinking that they're siblings. It's like the end of the first book and all of 2 and most of 3. So
I should also preface the Vampire Night thing with like any like weebs now could probably be like, there's a weird subgenre of anime that does kind of revolve around not necessarily incest, but like incest shipping. This was before all that. So that wasn't a thing then. I also think there's like novel thing. The manga continued and Kaname ended up being her uncle, then her grandpa, and then some old vampire that everyone is. Why? Why did it get worse?
they took that on a journey.
Why is this a journey?
You know, it would be even better than her marrying her brother,
No!
making the other guy of the love triangle her uncle and her grandpa.
No, same guy. Same guy.
Oh.
Zero's
yeah.
not related at all. Same.
Right, same guy.
Zero is an innocent baby in all of this.
How is he her grandpa, her uncle, and her brother?
You don't need to know.
Okay. Emily bringing it out here.
Look.
We both clicked on it at the same time,
right?
and it was like, no.
See, I would be here for this. I would love this. If not for the fact Days related. That's a problem for me.
I don't even know what this is, and I'm traumatized.
Just is like, see, Jess, you need to just like start putting a disclaimer or demanding warnings for me. It's like, Sam, how are you about to make me feel?
I'm traumatized.
It's like
fine.
I was telling Cody about an anime arc, and I'm like, and you want to know the worst thing? It's like this thing. I'm like, why do I care? Or how did you make me care? And then I described the arc to him, and as I'm getting to the end of it, his face just kind of drops, and he goes, "But why do I care now?" I'm like, I can't share things with people because then they care.
Me too. I'm also super
All right,
confused.
so brother is in the anime. So the anime just made him her brother and stayed it that way. But the manga was like uncle to grandpa to ancestor.
The things they do.
I'm my own grandpa. He did. He deserves so much more. Jessica, don't ask any questions.
I'm not asking any questions. What I am going to do is demand that we do outros so that Sam can do her children things and so I can do my sleepy time Betty Bye things.
I am a hoe for Polly Fox. If I don't have to pick or settle, I just want them all to be happy. And
I just want everybody to be happy.
Sometimes, it's like they rival so long for the love interest that they just become a super cute dynamic. And sometimes if I hate the love interest, I'll be like, why can't you just go be gay for each other and just ignore the main character? So Polly
There is
really
that.
It is. It's my answer.
Answer to all the questions.
Yes. All right. Now do your outro.
Hello, friends. I have been Jessica. This is not my channel, but if you like my face and you want to be a friend on my channel, you can find it in the description box down below, where I post writing, reading, book, and planner related things. And I'm doing Advent this month, which means a video every day for the next 25 days. And that's all I have. Go to the Sam.
And I am writing mom Samantha on acid. On my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. I host live streams like this on Mondays where we do sprints and chat and have a good old time, or we talk about whatever I want to talk about, like Sailor Moon movies, which we did Monday. In December, I will also be hosting an annual holiday bash where everybody can come and just enjoy the games and the competition and the shit talking. It's a good old time. When I post content, it will be on Thursdays. If you would like to see a sample of my writing so that you know I am not full of bullshit when it comes to writing, you can check out my website, samanthaalnasset.com, where my spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part, is hosted. You can also sign up for my newsletter to keep up to date with all things Sam, maybe get sneak peeks of future short stories, and WWW announcements, because we don't have a WW newsletter. And
we don't?
Yeah, we don't, and we're not going to.
No, that's too much work.
Just sign up for mine. All right. Yeah, so thanks for coming. Thanks for writing with us, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Feel with emotion, follow the sun.